Grand Theft Auto is one of the most successful video game franchises in the history of video games, and for good reason. Well, multiple reasons actually. But today, we want to look at the not so obvious and dive into some interesting facts about Grand Theft Auto. But be aware, one of these facts is not completely true. See if you can spot it and leave it down in the comment section below.
Hello, Zondar.
You thought that Kiflum cult in Grand Theft Auto 5 was creepy? Well, it gets even creepier when you realize that the Kiflum has existed ever since GTA was released. Several references, both direct and indirect, can be heard of the talking radio stations in previous titles. For example, Brandon Roberts, who made its first physical appearance in the mission Deep Inside in GTA 5, can also be heard on the public Liberty Radio in GTA 4 when he says Kiflum at the end of his interview.
I'm not part of a cult or anything, okay? This is a real religion, just like all the other ones, just like all that. So don't be so prejudiced. Hey, Kiflam, right?
Right, okay, well...
They even used the same voice actor for this character. Could this all have been planned from the start? Have you ever noticed that there are no motorbikes in Grand Theft Auto 3? Well, there's a reason for that. In Grand Theft Auto Liberty City, Stories for the PlayStation Portable, the automobile company of Liberty City is trying to ban motorcycles from the city, and apparently, they succeeded. 3 years later, and the events of Grand Theft Auto 3 happen, and not a single motorbike can be found. The San Andreas suicide photographer, to the east of the trailer park on the first island there, appears to be a person taking photos of the environment. After he's done taking photos, he casually walks over the water, only to find out that he cannot swim. Whether this is the fault of lazy developing or a bad environment, still something that has not been confirmed to this day. Okay, so I was initially going to leave out as much of the GTA 5 content as I could because I feel as you can pretty much find every single secret on pretty much every single channel. But when I came across this one, I just had to put it in. Niko Bellic and Roman Bellic from GTA 4 make an appearance in Grand Theft Auto 5. Well, sort of. To find them, you have to play as Franklin and go through the taxi driver missions until you get to the mission where you have to send a guy to a couple prostitutes. After a short cutscene, you have to kill the guys. If you're done, make sure to take a good look at the license plates of the cars in that area. Roman B and Nico B, which of course stand for Roman and Niko Bellic. We have seen many Easter eggs in games, but have you ever seen a literal one? Grand Theft Auto Vice City has one. If you go to the police headquarters on the second island and head over to the helicopter pad, you should be able to jump through a wall where you'll find a hidden room with an Easter egg. It says Happy Easter and is made out of 100% pure chocolate. Eat it up! Many people still know that at one point in Grand Theft Auto 4, you have to decide between killing Playboy X and killing Dwayne, and that killing Playboy X is the better choice because you get to use his safe house. But did you know that in addition to the safe house, you also get a new outfit? You get to wear the clothes of Claude from GTA 3, and now you get to feel like a real bank robber instead of that amateur bullshit that Derek pulled.
Now listen, people, we're your friends. Me and me brother here.
Why are you telling them we're brothers, you idiot? That's gonna make it hard for them to find us, isn't it?
If you ever thought that flying a plane over Vice City was never going to happen, you're wrong. In the game Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories, you can actually glitch yourself into a plane by placing yourself next to the door on the right wing and pressing triangle. There's no proper animation, but once you're inside, you can control the plane and pretty much fly anywhere you want, even far above the actual height limit. This plane is the fastest vehicle in the game, so it's pretty useful if you need to get somewhere quick. Back when San Andreas came out, the damage of vehicles wasn't as developed as we know it now. To give the players more realism, the developers decided to make two versions of some of the vehicles, one in its perfect state, and another that was badly damaged or abandoned, usually found in mountain areas of the map. This worked great in theory because players would now be able to see more destruction without actually having a complex destruction system. But once you try to repair the broken version of the vehicle in Pay and Spray, well, you're gonna have to do it with a new color. Vice City is an exotic city with exotic people and exotic foods. It even goes as far as serving you humans. Ugh. Towards the south of the last island, there's a little butcher shop that will creep you out. At first sight, this may seem like a very typical meat counter, but when you take a closer look, you will find yourself a human arm, a human brain, and even a human organ. Great stuff, Vice City. I'm definitely visiting one day. The last fact comes from Grand Theft Auto 3. If anyone remembers, you were able to fly the Dodo airplane. It used to be quite tricky, but with practice, you were definitely able to fly it. Now you could use this Dodo to fly outside the map to visit places you wouldn't normally be able to otherwise. For instance, you could fly over to the so-called ghost town that was only used for the introduction of the game, or if you flew out even further, you could actually see several of the names of developers engraved into the minimap. Now, that isn't something that you see every day, is it?
So those were 10 interesting facts about Grand Theft Auto. However, like I mentioned earlier, one of them is fake. And if you guessed number 4, you're correct. While it is true that you can enter the airplane in Vice City stories, what's not true is being able to control it. See, what happens is you actually just do a loop around the city until you get back to the airfield, and then at that point, you can get out. It's still cool, but not as cool as being able to control it. So, if you enjoyed this list of 10 interesting facts about Grand Theft Auto, let us know which game franchises you would like to see more of in the comments section down below. My name is David Brown with TGN, and until next time, have a good one, gamers.